Hello everybody, happy Friday. Welcome back to my channel. Whatever day you're watching it, I always film for Friday, so I'm excited for today's yoga practice. It's gonna be high energy. We're gonna get moving right away. So hope you brought your workout and mindset that you're gonna do the work today. And yeah, let's just get right into it. You may wanna block, which I will go grab. I don't know what happened to all my blocks. So I'm gonna grab one from over here. And you might want it, you might not, but you won't need to. So just have that handy, and let's go ahead and start in child pose. So bringing your knees nice and wide since it's our first child pose of the day. Stretching your arms out long, allowing your hips to sit back on your heels. One reason you might like a block here, if you're kind of tight to start, you can always set a block right under your hips, and then that gives you a little bit of space so that your back can have a chance to release. Allow your forehead to rest on the earth and start to arrive on your mat. Deepening your inhales and your exhales. Filling your lungs, all the corners of your lungs, your back body, your side ribs, your front body as you inhale, and then exhaling it all out, contracting everything down, pulling belly button to spine. Maybe you find that constriction in the back of your throat on your exhale, starting to ignite your Ujjayi breath to create that heat inside the body, that focus. In addition to this being a powerful yoga practice, we're also going to be working a little bit in a moving meditation. So what does that mean? So meditating doesn't just mean always sitting and crossing your legs and closing your eyes and sitting still for hours at a time, though that is a form. But meditation can mean manifesting something, letting go, healing from micro traumas or any macro traumas from your past. It doesn't matter. But what we're going to do today is we're going to pick something small. Pick something that's happened to you in the last few days or this week that's caused you a menial amount of trauma. Nothing terrible. It's inconvenienced you, or it's been heavy on your heart, but you just can't seem to shake it. Something, it can be as little as you ran out of milk and you didn't have any milk for your cereal, or the gas pump wouldn't work, or you stubbed your toe walking into the garage. Or it can be something a little deeper. Somebody said something that hurt your feelings and you just can't quite shake it. So we're going to work on healing those little micro traumas, and learning that process can help us deal with the bigger traumas that we're also healing from. So whatever it is that you're picking, and it can be a bunch of different things, focus your breath on those things. And as you inhale, say to yourself, let. And then as you exhale, say to yourself, go. Inhale, let. Exhale, go. Keep inhaling and exhaling, silently saying that mantra to yourself. And then one more time, take a big inhale in, your next inhale, fill your lungs, pause at the top, and then open your mouth, sigh it all out. Inhale, Pull yourself up to tabletop position, stacking shoulders over wrists, hips over knees, and then right into it, tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. Pressing your tailbone back, heels press down to the floor, pits of your arms pressing back towards your thighs, low belly, low ribs pulling in. Long line of energy from the base of your wrists to your tailbone. Knees can be soft here. Check in with your head and shoulder blades. Make sure you can freely shake your head no and nod your head yes. Wrap your scapula onto your rib cage, turning the creases of your elbows towards the front of your space. They may not really actually turn, but just that motion causes that engagement of the scapula. It's a nice, strong down dog. Inhale, come up on your tippy toes, look between your palms, and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Lengthen your spine, tailbone reaches back, crown of head reaches forward, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Generous bend in your knees, chest to thighs, head is heavy, but back of your neck is long. Maybe you grab opposite elbows and sway side to side in ragdoll, or maybe you just prefer to hang straight down and allow your back to release. When you find your mind starts to wander, bring it back to your breath without judgment, but come back to the breath. If you have opposite elbows, release your hands down. Root to rise, come all the way up to standing, rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last, roll your shoulder blades down your back, palms face forward, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down in front of your heart. Another moment for moving meditation. You are going to, on your inhale, mantra is I am. Exhale, strong. Inhale, I am. Exhale, strong. Firming up your belly, your solar plexus. Sending your breath into that strength, that seat of self-confidence. Drop your hands down by your side. Inhale, sweep your arms up. I am. Exhale, swan dive over your legs, strong. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your palms, step your feet back to plank. And lower down all the way, nice and slow. Graze your ribs as the elbows. Lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra pose. Then exhale it right back to downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift forward to plank. Step your foot between your palms and come up to crescent lunge. Holding your crescent lunge, finding that squareness to the front, maybe allowing that back leg to bend a little bit. Check and make sure your right knee is stacked right over your ankle, biceps frame your ears, low belly, low ribs pull in. See now if you can straighten that leg, pressing it up towards the sky a little bit further. Take an inhale here. Exhale, keeping your torso straight up and down. See if you can't tap your left knee down to the floor and then press it back up, crescent lunge. See if you can't just keep that motion just happening in your left leg, keeping as deep of a bend in your right leg. Again, tapping down, coming back up. One more time. Tap that leg, that knee down, exhale. Inhale, come back up. Plant your hands, framing your right foot. Plant your left hand, inhale, opening up to a twist. Squeezing your inner thighs, collarbones wide. Gaze up at your right thumb. Then set your right hand down. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palms. Step your right foot back. Keeping that heel lifted, bring it up. Crescent lunge. Left leg is front forward now. Squaring off those hips. Pulling everything in towards the midline. Once you find that square, deeply engaged crescent, can you press that right knee up towards the sky just a little bit more? Big inhale here. Then exhale, tap your right knee down. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, tap the right knee down. Inhale, lengthen that back leg. One more time, exhale, tap the knee. Inhale, stretch it up. Exhale, hands frame your left foot. Then twisting open towards the left. Left arm reaches. Squeezing inner thighs in towards each other. Collarbones are wide. Lowering that left hand down. Step back to plank. Lower chaturanga. Or cobra if you need another. Then inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step your left foot through between your palms, coming up, crescent lunge. Take a big inhale. Exhale, tap your right knee down. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tap your right knee down. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, tap your right knee down and actually keep it down. Untuck your toes. Little baby back bend. Draw your wrists back. Exhale, hands come down to frame your foot. Tuck your right toes, lift your knee again. Open it up, twisting to the left. Exhale, roll to the outer edges of both feet. Left knee turns out, reach back towards your right foot. Stretching into that left hip. Then sweep that arm all the way back up overhead. Plant your palm. Step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant your palm, step your left foot back. Inhale, crescent lunge, right leg forward. Take an inhale. Then exhale, tap the left knee down. Inhale up. Exhale, tap. Inhale up. Exhale, tap, stay down, untuck your toes. Inhale, baby back bend, draw your wrist back. Exhale, hands frame your right foot. Come up on your back toes. Twisting open to the right. Right arm peels open. Then peeling open to the outer edges of both feet. Right knee turns out. Reach back towards your left foot. Gaze at your right hand. Then inhale, come back to center. Step your right foot back to three-legged dog. Shift forward to plank. Lower down chaturanga or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come up on your tippy toes, look between your palms. Exhale, float or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up to standing. Palms reach and touch overhead. Exhale, hands down in front of your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive over your legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, float or step back to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Inhale, look up between your palms. Exhale, float or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up to standing. Palms raise overhead. Keeping it moving this time, just roll straight down. Bring your hands through heart center, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, float back, and move through your vinyasa. Inhale, look between your palms. Exhale, float or step to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise all the way up to standing. You know where you're going. Exhale it right back down, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step it or float back and move through your vinyasa. One more sun salutation A. You know what to do. You know where you're going. You know what you're capable of on your own breath. We will all go and we will all meet at back and downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, bend your knees, drop your foot, opening your right hip. Keep equal pressure through both hands. So you're opening up through that spine, not twisting and compromising the support of your both hands. Inhale, square your feet, your hips back off. Maybe your right leg rises just a little higher. Then exhale, shift forward to plank. Step your right foot through. Spin your left heel down and come up, warrior two. Now, warrior two, we are going to pick this apart just a little bit. Often you'll hear us say, as yoga instructors, check and make sure your front knee is stacked directly over your ankle, as people tend to kind of drop in or flare out. You'll also hear yoga teachers say your hips are facing the side. If your hips are facing the side, your knee is automatically going to turn in. You might be able to counteract that by using your hip external rotators, but I want you to try something. Instead of having your two hip points pointing straight towards the edge of your mat, bring them towards that left upper corner of your mat. Automatically, that makes that right knee so much more comfortable, so much more aligned, and you have that beautiful extension without having to force it and get that pinching sensation in your hip, right? Inhale, straighten your right leg, and then reach forward, coming down into triangle pose. Right hand can come inside your right foot, outside your right foot to a block to your shin. Once you land, gaze up at your left thumb and notice the length of your spine. Can you find some length in that right side body, using your left obliques to hold you up versus crunching into that right side body? Sweep your left hand up and over your ear. Turn towards your right foot. Step your left foot in just a little bit, keeping it turned out. Plant your left hand on the inside, in front, or the outside of your right foot and turn for a revolved triangle. Another opportunity to lengthen your spine. Feel the crown of your head pulling forward towards the front of your mat. Collarbones wide. Bring your right hand back down. Frame your right foot. Step your left foot up to meet your right Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands down in front of your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, plant your palms, step or float back to chaturanga. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, bend your knee, drop your foot, open your hip. Inhale, square your hips back off and maybe lift that left leg a little higher. Then exhale, step your left foot in between your palms, spin your right heel down, come up, warrior two. On the left, again, maybe changing that one little thing all of a sudden makes a light bulb go off. So your hips now pointing towards the right top corner of your mat. Torso is long, collarbones are wide. Inhale, straighten your left leg. Shift your hips back. Exhale, bow it forward. Triangle pose. Can you firm up your right obliques to find some length in that left side body? Can you gaze up at your right thumb? Sweep your right arm up and over, bicep by your ear, then turn towards your left foot. Pop your right foot up and in just a little bit. Inhale, lengthen. Place your hand either inside your right foot, outside your right foot, and peel it open for a revolved triangle. Turning back towards your left foot, step both hands down, frame your foot, step your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, lengthen your spine, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands down in front of your heart. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, swan dive over your legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or float back, and move through your vinyasa. Adding on, inhale, right leg up. Exhale, open your hip. Drop your heels to seat. If flip dog is in your practice, shift to the outer edge of your left foot. Keep reaching that right heel as close to the top of your mat as you can. With control, set it down. Then inhale, hips lift. Right arm reaches forward towards the front of your space. Coming out just as mindfully and controlled as you got into it. Coming back, three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, shift forward. Step your right foot through. Spin the left heel down, coming up, warrior two. Flip your right palm, inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, coming extended side angle. Right arm to left thigh, left bicep sweeps up and over your ear. Starting here in this starting position, spin your chest up towards the sky as much as you can. Bend your right knee as much as you can. Then if you want to take it deeper, bring your right hand down to the floor or a block. Crown of head reaching towards your fingertips on your left hand. Spine is always reaching to go longer. Option for half bind or full bind here, reaching that left arm back to your right hip crease. And if you'd like to take the full bind, drop your right shoulder, reach underneath, take hold of your hands, and you have your bind. Once you land, whew, my hip's like, no, thank you. Once you land, wherever that is, you have full bind or half bind. Try and keep wherever you are. Maybe you're just in left, open side angle with your left arm overhead. Spinning your chest up as much as you can. Can you straighten that right leg into triangle pose? A bound triangle. Always the option to release the bind. Keep half the bind if you'd like. That's the variation that I am choosing today. If you have the bind, release it and sweep your left arm up and overhead, turning towards your right foot. Pop that left foot up and in. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, plant your left hand wherever you'd like and open it up. Revolve triangle. Right arm reaches. Inner thighs squeeze like crazy. Spine reaches long, tailbone back, crown of head forward. Then gaze down at your right foot and see if you can't float that left leg up for a revolved half moon. Always option to use a block here if you need a little height. Then we're gonna have some fun here. Take an inhale and then exhale. Pull your left knee to the outer edge of your right calf, bending your knee. Then inhale, lengthen it back out. 2 more times. Exhale, pull everything in. Tap your knee to the outer edge of your right calf. Inhale, lengthen. 1 more time. Lower it down, squeezing it in. And then inhale, lengthen. Bring your right hand down. Step your left foot back to a runner's lunge. Plant your palms. Lift your right foot up into your chest. Then shift back, 3-legged dog. Right leg is high. Shift forward to plank, inhale. Lower down, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, open your hip, drop your foot. Opening your hip. And if you'd like to flip your dog, finding wild thing with control, shifting to the outer edge of your right foot, reaching that left toe towards your hand. And then once you land, lift your hips as high as you can. Reach as far forward as you can. And then with as much mindfulness as you got into the pose, come back, 3-legged dog, left leg rises. Inhale. Exhale, shift forward to plank. Step your left foot through and come up, warrior 2. Flip your left palm. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, left forearm to left thigh, extended side angle. Option to stay here or option to gradually take it wherever you want it. Keeping in mind that you might be able to do something on this side that you might not have been able to do on the other side. So while you might not normally attempt it, maybe today's the day you get 1 step further towards that advanced posture. Always opening your chest, always lengthening, always making sure our hips are squeezing in towards midline. Wherever you are, see if you can't straighten that left leg. Keeping your bind if you took a bind, or coming out of it if you are not able to do this comfortably. Or just taking a regular triangle pose. If you have have the bind. Unwind. Extend your right arm up overhead for a breath. A nice regular triangle pose. Then sweep your right arm up overhead. Turn towards that left foot. Step your right foot up and in. Take your left hand outside or inside your right hand, to the outside or inside of your left foot and come into revolve triangle. Left arm reaches. Gaze at your left thumb if you can. Lengthening through the collarbones, lengthening through the crown of your head. Gaze down at your left foot, stepping forward, or stepping that hand forward, float into revolved half moon. Option for blocks. Take a deep inhale first to prepare. Then exhale, pull your right knee to the outer edge of your left calf. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curtsy it down. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, last one, curtsy down. Hold it in nice and tight. Inhale, lengthen. Then bring your left hand down. Bend your left knee. Step your right foot back. So you're in a runner's lunge. Plant your palms. Lift your left foot up, holding your knee into your chest. Then shift that left foot up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Lower down, chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, come up on your tippy toes, look between your palms. Exhale, float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, drop your hips, come up, chair pose. Sitting deep in your heels in your chair pose. Spread your toes wide. Drop your tailbone a little bit further. Hold your low belly and low ribs in. Shifting your weight into your right foot. Inhale as you come up, lift your left knee to your chest. Grow tall. Then exhale, set your foot down. Sitting back down in your chair pose. Sit as deep as you can, maybe even a little lower. Then inhale, grounding down through left. Inhale, right knee into your chest. Exhale, chair. Inhale, left leg to chest, left knee to chest. Grow tall. Exhale, chair. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, chair. One more time. Inhale, left knee up. Exhale, deep, deep chair. Inhale, right leg up. Tall spine. Exhale, chair. Hold it. And then bring your hands through heart center. Bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step or float back to vinyasa. Always the option to skip a vinyasa and take child's pose. We will all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, open your hip, drop your knee. Drop your knee, drop your foot. Inhale, square your hips off. Exhale, shift forward to plank. Step your right foot through and come up, crescent lunge. Arms right, arms rise. Bow your torso forward about 45 degrees. Popping up on that right leg, bring your left knee up into your chest. Then crossing left leg over right and left arm under right for eagle pose. Maybe your foot catches your calf and you can do a full wrap. Maybe you just need to use it as a kickstand. Once you land, pull your elbows up, stretching through those shoulder blades, and then see if you can bring it a little bit deeper. Unwinding that left leg. Stay in that balance. Send that left leg back for warrior two. Keeping your hands in eagle arms. Trying to square that left hip off, low belly in. Trying to get as parallel as you can to the floor. Then bend that right knee. Set your right foot down, left foot down. Spin your left heel down, coming in to warrior one. So now your hips are staying forward. Heel toe your right foot out just a little bit if you need some space. Inhale with eagle arms, peaceful warrior, arching it back. And then exhale, bow forward, humble warrior, keeping those arms in eagle. Bow your head. Firm through your legs. Inhale, come up, warrior one. And then open it up, warrior two. Remembering your hips aren't having to be straight sideways. Inhale, flip your palms, peaceful warrior. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the floor. Step back to plank. Move through your vinyasa. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, open your hip, drop your foot to seat. Inhale, three-legged dog, left leg lifts. Exhale, step forward. Set your left foot in between your palms, coming up, crescent lunge. Bow forward 45 degrees, and then spring up on that left leg. Bring your right knee into your chest. Going right into eagle on this side. Right leg crosses over left. Right arm crosses under left. Maybe you wrap that foot all the way around your calf. Or option two, find a kickstand. Can you sink a little bit lower? Lift your elbows up a little higher. Gaze, soft gaze, almost like a blurry gaze, beyond your wrists, beyond your forearms. And then unwinding out of this, stay balancing on your left foot. Arms staying eagle. Bow forward, warrior three. Bend your left knee. Set your right foot down. Maybe heel toeing your left foot out to the side a little bit so you can stay forward in warrior one. Hips are both forward here. Inhale, keeping your arms in eagle. Peaceful warrior. And then exhale, dropping your chest inside of your left leg. Humble warrior. Still squeezing those hips in towards midline. Firm your legs, come up, warrior one. Then unwind your arms, open up, warrior two. Flip your left palm over, inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Step back to plank and move through your vinyasa. Three breaths here in downward facing dog. Regroup. Maybe repeat your mantra or both mantras. First, let go. And then I am strong. manifest that strength to clear your head. And move on. Inhale, shift forward to plank. Staying in a strong plank here. Pulling your low belly up into your spine. Zip your legs in nice and tight. Lower down to your forearm plank. Now, we're gonna play in dolphin a little bit and do some dolphin drills. So, either bring your forearms so they're parallel. They should be shoulder width apart. If you need to kind of measure that you can touch both creases of your elbows with your hands, or even grab outer elbows and then place it there. This is a really stable position for your shoulders, but it's also a very hard position if you're going to be doing any sort of weight bearing. So there's an option to either take your block and place it in kind of the L's of your hands, and then so you're bringing your hands, instead of being in a parallel position, they're a little bit more externally rotated, which just tends to give us a little bit more room. So find your plank and find whatever hand position feels good to you. You don't have to use the block either. It's just an option. Holding your forearms where they are, press your hips back and your head through your biceps, and then slowly start to walk your feet in until you can't possibly walk any further. Pressing your chest towards your thighs, pressing down through all edges of your fingers, and breathing. Gaze forward at your thumbs. We're gonna do 5 dolphin push-ups. So wherever your legs are now, you're just going to bring your head towards your thumbs, nose to thumbs, and then press back to that dolphin. Head to nose to thumbs, press back, dolphin. That's 2. 3 more. Inhale, exhale, press back. Inhale, exhale, press back. 1 more. Inhale, exhale, press back. Walk your feet back to that forearm plank. Then drop your knees down. Sit back into child's pose, maybe grabbing your heels to give your shoulders a little break. We're gonna do 1 more round. Option to stick with your dolphin push-ups, like we just did, bringing your nose to your thumbs, or option to move a little further into a dolphin and play in your Pincha Mayurasana or forearm stand. So first, finding that plank, walk your feet up and pike your hips until you possibly don't think you can anymore. Inhale, right leg rises. Exhale it down. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale down. Try to keep your shoulders stacked right over your elbows. Right leg down. Left leg down. 1 more time. Right leg and down. Left leg and down. And then walk yourself back to plank. Firm your belly. Then lower your knees down and sit back. Child pose. Reach for your heels. Option to stay here in child pose. Option to work in headstand. Or if you'd like to try 1 more dolphin pose and pushing up, lifting both feet up into a pincha. If you're taking headstand, I'd like you to take the one where, like a traditional headstand, Sirsasana. So grab opposite elbows, clasp your hands, making a little crown for your head, setting your crown of your head down into that, pressing your forearms into the mat. Lift your hips, walk your feet in as much as you can, and then when you feel like you're gonna lift off, pull your knees into your chest, bring your hips high, or knees high over your hips, and then extend your legs. Always pressing through. Play with it. Maybe you just lift one foot at a time. If you'd like to try and go into pincha, same idea, except your head's just not on the floor, okay? So, and I don't really press up, because that's hard. All right, so pressing, putting your forearms down, finding that spot where you were, where you had your block. Press your hips up high, walk your feet in, lift whichever leg you'd like, it doesn't matter, everyone has a favorite. Gaze between your forearms. Maybe you just come up on your tippy toes and find a lift. Maybe you can bring that left knee into your chest. Maybe you get both feet up off the ground. I'm gonna give you about 1 minute to play. So play. There's a lot of therapeutic benefit to just playing and trying. Almost died. When you're done playing, find your child pose or your downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa if you'd like. We will all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, your right leg rises. Exhale, right foot, right ankle over towards your left wrist, setting up for pigeon. Sending your left femur straight back behind you. Always using a block under your right hip if you need. First, coming up on your fingertips, lift your chest, lift your gaze, lengthen your spine, and then bowing forward into your pigeon. Our hips are often the source of a great deal of emotions that we hold in, and we hold them there for God knows why. But what I want you to do is come back to your mantra. Inhaling, let, and then exhaling, go. And as you inhale, imagine your breath going into that space where it's tight, where you might be feeling agony here. And then go as you exhale everything out. When you're ready, walk your hands back up towards your shin. Tuck your left toes and send your hips back up to downward facing dog. Option to take a vinyasa if you like to here, or option just to breathe in downward facing dog, setting up for your other side. And when you're ready, left leg rises on an inhale. Exhale, left shin towards right wrist. And set up for pigeon with your left leg forward. Once you land, either on block or all the way down, inhale, fingertips, chest rises, gaze rises. Feel that stretch through that right hip flexor. Oh my God, it feels so good. Pull your low belly in, you're gonna even get a deeper stretch. And then exhale, bow forward, coming to forearms or all the way down. On this side, we're affirming that we can do it, right? So I am on your inhale, sending that inhale to your hips. And then on your exhale, strong. Inhale, I am. Exhale, strong. Press your chest up and walk your hands back towards that left shin. Tuck your right toes. Taking a vinyasa if you'd like, or just coming to downward facing dog. And wherever you are, once you hit downward facing dog, walk your hands about a third of the way back on your mat. Hands are wide on your mat. Inhale, look all the way to the front of your mat, way past your fingertips. Exhale, jump through, cross your legs. Set your feet in front of you. Heels just off the edge of your mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Exhale, reach far, far forward like you're going beyond your toes. Doesn't matter if you can't go beyond your toes. Maybe you don't even get to your toes, but you're trying to reach beyond where you can land. Once you land, inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Releasing your feet. Walk your hands up your legs. Inhale, reach your arms out to the side like wings, and then curve your spine. Roll all the way down to your back. One vertebrae at a time. Head comes down last. Once you land, bend your knees. Bring your feet in line with your sitting bones. Flat on the floor, setting up for bridge pose. When you're ready, inhale, press your hips up towards the sky. Maybe your shoulders roll underneath you, clasping your hands underneath your back. Once you land, can you lift your lips? Can you lift your hips a little higher? Can you squeeze your knees in a little bit closer? Can you pull your low belly button down towards your spine? And then go ahead and release, rolling down one vertebrae at a time. Feet come wide on your mat. Windshield wiper your legs side to side. Option to take another bridge. Option to take your block and set it underneath your sacrum for a restorative bridge. Or option to take your bridge into full wheel. If you're taking the full wheel, just make sure that you press to the top of your head first. Make sure your elbows are pointing straight back. This is your adjustment before you straighten up your arms. It's really hard for me to talk in bridge, in full wheel, I mean. So I'm just telling you all the things now. So don't forget that. Or just take a bridge. So whenever you're ready, take whichever bridge of your choice. Always breathing. If you're full wheel, lower down to the tops of your shoulders first, and then roll down one vertebrae at a time, bringing feet wide on your mat. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Big sigh. Heel toe your feet back in towards each other. Pull your knees into your chest. Give yourself a hug. Maybe rock side to side. Back and forth. Stretch your arms out like wings. Keep your knees into your chest. Drop your knees over to the left. Gaze over at your right. Ground down through that right shoulder blade. And here's where we really do the letting go. Repeating that mantra. Maybe visualizing you actually letting go. This is the last time you're going to think of this little micro trauma that ruined your week or your day. This is the last time you get. We're really just letting it go. Bring your knees back into center. Head rolls back to center. Then drop your knees over to the right. Gaze over at your left thumb. The work is over. You're almost there. Time to let go. Bringing knees back into center. Pulling your knees into your chest. Maybe pulling your forehead towards your knees for one big back body stretch. Take a big deep breath in. And then exhale everything out. Let it go. Stretch your legs out long. Setting up for Shavasana. Legs go out long, or you'll always have the option to place your soles of your feet together. Do nothing. Become heavy in on your mat. Almost like you're laying in really sticky mud. Feel it envelop you. Use this time to repeat your mantra a few more times. Maybe it doesn't even have to be the mantra that I gave to you. Maybe there's something else that resonates with you. Focus on that one mantra, repeating over and over. bring awareness back to your breath. Don't necessarily change it, just notice the rise and fall of your rib cage and belly, and how your rib cage and shoulder blades press into the mat. Unhinge your jaw, roll your tongue in your mouth, soften the space between your eyebrows and your eyelids. Start to wiggle your fingers and toes. Rock your head gently side to side. Bring your knees one at a time back into your chest, giving yourself one last hug. And then roll onto whichever side calls to you. Staying in this fetal position for just one more pause. Noting that you've let everything go that may have been tough on you this week or the last few days. And you've done hard work and you've cleansed your body and your soul. And now's the time for a new beginning. A new you can be born. Press yourself up to a seated position. Easy seated position, legs can be crossed or you can sit up on a block wherever you're comfortable. Gaze is down or eyelids can float closed. Bring your hands to your heart center. Bow your head in a gesture of gratitude. Know that if you can heal yourself in just an hour yoga practice from the littlest things that are just not important, that you can do even bigger work and heal from maybe the bigger things that are preventing you from moving forward or attaining your dreams. Know that you can do anything you put your mind to. Namaste. Thank you guys for practicing with me. I always appreciate the likes and comments and feedback I get. So if you're so inclined and you have a moment, please hit the thumbs up button and please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you want to work on. I'm here for you guys. This is free content and I'm going to continue to produce it for you guys. So let me know what you want to do. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.